that's the shot. Got a couple fans there, got a battery, got a Game Changer RC plaque. Obviously, you can see we got the Creighton right there. Poor Mojave. Mojave's in pieces because it had to give its rear differential to the EXP in order to get this thing to run. Today on RC Guy Garage, I'm going to show you my method of wiring up a Game Changer RC fan, which is a, game changer in RC cooling. Number one, the ability for this fan to effectively cool our RC products, meaning motors, ESCs, whatever you want to cool. You want to put a Game Changer fan on your hat, put a little LiPo battery on there on those hot days, go for it. Not only is the price right, but the cooling power, at least so far for me, for what I need or for my needs in RC cooling, is definitely the way to go. So I'm just going to show you how to wire up a Game Changer fan my way. So let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my method of wiring up a Game Changer fan. A couple of different ways you could do this. You could run it off of its own battery pack, which this is a very small form factor, 1300 milliamp pack. It's actually a Z pack, which is a Z triple E pack. And this is, this is actually a 3S LiPo battery, 120C, 11.1 volts. This could be the method that you went. Now, this does have, obviously, main power right here. It also has a balance port. My preferred method is to actually go ahead and go after the balance port that's right here. Oh, my finger? That was just me testing the durability of these Game Changer fan blades. I would highly suggest do not stick your finger into the blades while running. Because I'm telling you, man, these fans rip it. So I've talked about these fans for a while. Obviously, this fan right here, this is the RC Guy Garage Special Edition. This is called America Raw. Obviously, America Raw meaning red, white, and blue. There's different combinations to go with. I actually have a new combination coming out for a special project that I've got coming up for the channel. The Raw Edition is basically this nice raw heatsink. Now, he sells the fans as a 2-pack with the accessories, so you'll get different screens. So right now, they're rocking this style of protective device and or screen. So I'd call this maybe, I don't know, you could call this maybe like a basher screen or whatever. There's also a finer screen that he has. And then, obviously, I've got these wire ones, but these may be pre-production. Maybe if this is something that you like, you can request it. I don't know. So, they're not all going to come with a heatsink. You get 2 fans for $55. And then, obviously, for a triple shot, you get 3 fans for $75. So, definitely going the 3-fan route. I would definitely recommend going that route because, believe it or not, you're actually going to save yourself a couple of bucks when you think about it. Just do the math. So, but do what you want. Get a dual fan, get a triple fan, get a single fan. He sells them all. The recommended method for wiring up these fans right here, recommended way, recommended power. He obviously gives you a positive and a negative lead. They normally do have a tape on them, but I don't need the tape on mine. Everything is pre-soldered, pre-shrink wrapped, nicely packaged, because I'm going to connect them up to a balance port lead plug adapter or a wire. But these fans spin at a massive rate of speed. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to demonstrate, without, chopping a finger off, I'm going to demonstrate the power that this fan has, but then I'm also going to explain why I'm going to wire mine my way versus some other guy out there that, some other guy out there has got a different way to wire it. It's literally West Coast versus East Coast. You get it? If you guys have been following along, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So maybe that's why California is kind of like having some, air quality and ash problems at the moment. Yeah, maybe it has something to do with LiPo wiring. I'm just going to jump into the balanced leads. Now, these are balanced leads that I actually provided for myself. I do believe Game Changer is providing now balanced leads. So this is a 3-wire balanced lead for 2S. The recommended voltage run on these fans is going to be 2 and 3S. How do you know that you have how do you know you're going to be running on 2S? 3 wires. Obviously, the red is your power wire. Then you have the first cell, and then technically the second cell and or the neutral wire. So the outside of the wiring is always going to be positive, negative. This is a 2S balanced lead, which is why it has 3 wires. Same thing with this right here. This would be another preferred way of running it. You've got 4 wires, which is positive, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, giving you full power. Or you can go negative, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3. But for me, I'm wiring it this way because I feel that this way is less confusing. I'm not saying that the other way, you know, we've seen it. I'm not saying the other way is more confusing, but it's just, yeah. West Coast versus East Coast. Now, the recommended power input that Game Changer is recommending for his fans that is basically safe to run on is either a 2S or a 3S pack. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you, this is a, obviously this is a 1300 milliamp pack. This is a 3S pack. I'm just going to very quickly show you. He packaged things up very, very well, by the way. So, take your positive wire. All right, just going to straighten that. Positive lead. When you look at your balance port, right, or when you look at your balance lead, you can see you've got a red. This one has 2 yellows and a black. So you have your positive and your negative. And then obviously in between, it's giving you, obviously, the cells. But technically, it's red, meaning positive, which you could count that, I guess, as a cell. It all depends upon how you want to look at it. Look at the wiring diagram. But that would go, for me, you got your positive, you got cell 1, the first wire, cell 2, the second wire, cell 3, which is full power of the pack, which is the ground. Okay? So I'm going to show you plugging this into the balance lead. Vector's over there talking to my daughter's picture. So I'm going to plug it in. This is called either pin in or pinning out. This is actually pinning in. So we are pinning in to, or pinning out, whatever you want to call it. We're basically attaching red to red. And now I'm going to take the negative lead, and I'm going to actually go to the first cell, okay? Just to show you that this fan requires at least a 2S pack. So, attach it into the first one, you got nothing, okay? Go into the second one, bam, we got power, okay? So I'm just going to leave it in there for now. Be very careful with these fan blades, man, I'm telling you. These fans are no joke. So this is an all-metal fan blade. Do not stick your fingers in there, okay? Do not stick your fingers in there. Thinking like you can stop the blade or see how strong they are. These blades are stronger than your finger. So here, I'm gonna throw basically the fan to the GoPro. Should have shown you some wind, okay? Now I'm gonna unplug it out of that 2 cell. Now I'm gonna plug it into the 3rd cell, which is full power. Now you can see the fan already starts to take off. At this point in time, definitely do not stick your finger inside of that fan blade because it's going to take it off. Now I know I'm talking loud, but I can't tell like how loud this is. Now I'm going to face the fan to the camera. Now I don't know where the microphone is on this, but I can tell you right now, there's actually right now a centrifugal force feeling to this fan. It literally, it almost doesn't want me to rotate it. Like, I mean, I think you get it, right? All right, so there we go. Disconnect power. Now, like I had said, the preferred method for hooking up this fan from Game Changer RC, his recommended voltage is between a 2S pack and a 3S pack. But you see, this is RC Guy Garage. So over here at RC Guy Garage, we don't do things like, I guess you want to say, the normal way. So over here at RC Guy Garage, I'm going to show you what this fan can actually take for power. I'm going to make some room because I can tell you right now, this thing is going to want to take off. So my preferred way of hooking this fan up, or my preferred source of power or power input, is actually going to be 4S. Now, it's designed for 2, designed for 3, but I'll tell you right now, I've actually been running these fans on 4S, and this thing turns into a stinking hovercraft. So, and this fan has been taking it. Now, do not go over the recommended voltage, I guess, from Game Changer, but what I want to show you, remember, you take your life into your own hands here. We're pinning into the red for positive. That's your source of power. Now we're going to pin into, right? Okay, so here's 2S. Okay, great. Works awesome. Here's 3S. So it starts to take off. Here's 4S. Whoa! Now I'm telling you, I'm fan blade shy right now. Here's 4S. Yo! Do not put your finger into that blade, especially running 4S. This was a 4S accident, okay? Learn from me. Now, look at this. You want to talk about wind, man? Dude, this thing is insane. Holy smokes. It literally should hovercraft. Look at it. It hovercrafts. See, I'm fan blade shy right now. But this thing is literally hovercrafting right now. Okay? Now, I kind of want to show you something. Alright? Here's the wind. Okay? Here's your wind. I'm not sure how you can hear it. Now, I've been consistently running these fans on this power. So let me show you something. I'm going to pop that out. Are you ready? So, if you want extreme power, that's 5S. Okay? This is a 6S, just massive block or brick. Now here's 6S. Now, I'm not going to recommend doing that, but I did kind of like, just obviously on my own, wanted to test it, see what kind of power it handle. For myself, this is where I like to run. The amount of airflow coming out of this thing is absolutely nuts. So you do what you want. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to wire up my Game Changer fans to 4S. You go ahead and you run it on 3S, which is what's recommended, or you can go ahead and run it on 2S, which will obviously draw less power, but just know you possibly have the ability to go to 3S, and then the RC Guy Garage way, 4S. So I'm going 4S, man. I paid for that with blood, guy. Yeah. So okay, here we go. Now, the other thing that I would do is if you don't get balance leads or you do need balance leads, you can obviously find them anywhere. You can get different lengths. They have long balance leads. What's nice about this is if you literally cut it in half, you've got balance leads for a LiPo battery if for some strange reason you actually blow out the female side of the balance lead. Okay, because the female side is what is on the actual the female side is actually what's on the actual battery side or connector. And there's a reason for that, is because just like with this end, I mean, a lot of people think that this is the male portion because this is actually going into the connection point, but it's not, because it's the bullets that are actually going into there that are actually the male section. It just has like a sleeve over it. So the same thing with the balance leads as well. So this is, should have grabbed the right one. So this is actually a 3S lead. So you can go ahead and plug that in just like that. And what I'll show you is red to red and obviously black to black. So technically it really doesn't matter which way you wire it up, but yeah, West Coast versus East Coast, baby. I gotta do it the other way. That was the way that I was gonna do it anyway, so. But that was 3S. So what I'm gonna show you now is what's called breaking out the end. So because I'm wiring it this particular way, I'm obviously starting with the positive side, and you can see that it's keyed. What I'll do is I'll grab another 4S lead that I should have here somewhere. Right here. So obviously this is the female end. This is the male end, which is the end that you're going to want to solder onto your fans. This is the part that actually comes out of the battery. And you can see that it connects just like this. You've got red to red and then black to black on all the others. Now, there are batteries out there, like I was showing this battery right here. This has got multiple wires, but the same principle is there. Black is your outside wire. Red is your power lead. So obviously me running on 4S, only need one of these, okay? Snip it in the middle, like I said, however you want to do it, or you can just get longer leads, same exact thing. I got this pack because this pack came with end caps for the actual female side, so you actually wrap the actual cap around the female side, giving you something better to grab onto. See? If this is the right one. Don't make a liar out of me. There we go. See? This is the reason why I got these ones, but this isn't going to be necessary on my wires here. And of course. Come on, open up! Alright. So, like I had said, I'm going to go ahead and solder in a 4S lead, which is this one right here. Just make sure it's 5 wires. And what I wanted to show you was how you can turn this, even though this is plugging into a 6S pack, all you need to do is basically break out this little end cap right here. Watch. So just go in here with snips. I'm going to snip that out. Grab my needle nose pliers. Now you want to make sure that you actually cut that all the way down to its base so that you always get a good connection, because that's going to be a major thing about using the balance port plug, is making sure that when you do this, there we go, that you actually cut that all the way down. Use a magnifying glass if you have to, okay? See how that's cut all the way down now? Now, because we left the closed side on that positive side, when you go to your plug, it's only going to go on one way. See what I'm saying? So if I was to have this reversed and try to plug it in that way, it's not going to go in just like a typical balance lead or a balance port. It's only going to go on one way. Now, how do we know that this is 4S? Because this is 5 wire. It's hooking into the 5th wire, technically, in that row, giving us 4S. Okay? I know 5 wire, 4S doesn't make any sense, but that's how it goes. Power wire, 1S, 2S, 3S, 4S. That's how it goes. So, yeah. Just keep in mind, you do have to break out an end. All right, so I kind of bursted forward. I've got my end cut, and I was basically talking about if you didn't want to have this whole pack of wires in here, because for 4S, which I'm running my fan on, it's obviously power and ground right here. That's literally going to be full 4S power. If I was going to wire it 3S, it'd be that one, 2S, then the next one, and obviously it doesn't run on 1S. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to go in, and I am going to pull the pinouts out of the whole center section of this plug, right? Just like that. So now this is a full 4S pinned out lead. Now, I also want to make sure that I break out like I was talking about, right? I want to break out this side. So I'm going to reach in, cut it with my snips, go on the opposite side, make sure I cut it down, jump in there, and the main thing is to make sure that that whole edge is gone. That way you have a nice connection with your battery, all right? That's the most important thing, is making sure that whole edge is completely gone, all right? So you got your pin there, negative, positive, and right now I'm going to pull my insulation off, just like that. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull it off. I'm going to give my wires a twist. Twist it up. Now, Game Changer does wire these with tinned tips, which I already snipped my tips off because I actually don't like pre-tinned wires when I'm doing stuff like this. So I'm going to strip the wire. I'm going to strip the wire. It's always on camera. Strip the wire. Just like that. Put this in a little closer. I'm going to give it a twist. Same thing on this side. Give it a twist up. And then what I want to do now is I want to grab some heat shrink tubing. Now, this is the company that I primarily go with. This is Wirefly. It's a very good quality heat shrink tubing. I've been using this stuff for quite a while. This is actually a brand new pack because I just wanted to show you like what basically like a full pack looks like. Number of different sizes in here, everything from massively thick to really tiny. So right now I'm going to go for probably this one and then the same one in a black. All right, well, here we go, black and red. Now, what I should be able to do is slide this on and over. Same thing on the red side. Slide it on and over, but I'm actually forgetting. So I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this blue larger sheath or blue larger shrink wrap. I'm going to stuff my 2 wires in through. Then I'm going to go black. Then I'll do red. Slide it. You could cut it in half if you wanted. Then I'm obviously going to go black to black. Remember, this is setting up for 4S. If it was 3S, you'd have to wire it a different way. But I plan on running my fans 4S through the 6S balance port. You'll see. It all works out. So I think we twisted up pretty nice right there. Twisted up pretty nice there. Now I'm going to take my pliers right here. I'm going to stuff my wire into that little section all the way in. And just take elastic band and wrap the end. Just like that. Now I'm going to solder these wires here. So hopefully you can see what's going on. So I'm going to take my flux paste. Got a little screwdriver around here somewhere. Take some of my flux paste, throw some on that, throw some on that. Just kind of glaze it over like paint. Just like that. You don't need a lot. This is really tiny wiring. My solder gun. This heats up pretty quick. Just going to dab the very end. Which, here we go. And then basically just come on the negative side first. And touch it. And that should be soldered. You can already see the joint looks absolutely mint. I'm going to kind of just move that out of the way so I can get to the red. Probably should have went for the red first. Do the same thing. Just dab it. Just like that. That's it. Now just kind of let it cool down a little bit. If I had like an air gun or some way to blow it off or cool it off, that would work. It really won't take long. Now I'm going to take my red sheath, slide that down and over. Something like that. Black one, slide that down. Something like that. Pretty kind of even. Take the heat gun. Trying to make it so you can see it work. Take the heat gun, heat it up. Just like that. Now I can release this. Obviously you see positive, negative. Type my other piece. I'm going to slide that over. And something like this. Slide it up to the top. Now this covers the red, right? But it's still only going to connect one way. So that may be like a concern that somebody has. Right now would also probably be a good time to make sure your pins are still stuck in place. But I'm going to slide that sheath over, just like this. Make sure it's all the way down. I'm going to shrink that portion right there. So it sticks, okay? See how it's already stuck? Now I can let go, and then basically go the whole way. Now the end isn't going to be perfect only because of the way it like shrinks. You know what I'm saying? But close enough. You know what I mean? Real hot. Probably could have made it look a little bit better. The glue slipped on it, but that's basically like the idea of what I'm getting at. This will harden up now once this heat is gone. But that's just to give you an idea of how I do mine. We do have red to red, black to black. You kind of can't tell once you get down to the end, but that's all right. It only plugs in one way. So now I've got my 6S pack. So because I've got this wired up so that it's going to be 4S, you know what I mean? It's only going to plug into 4S. Okay, see what I'm saying? So, and to realize how much air is coming from that stinking fan is absolutely insane. And that's how I'm going to run my pack. See how that is? See how nice and tight that is? You can't plug it in the other way. You know what I mean? There's just no way. It just doesn't plug in. Okay? Very safe. Boom. It even had a click to it. And I think that should be able to keep this thing extremely cool. So I'm going to show you how I fitted up my fan. It's Game Changer RC right there. That's where you want to get these fans from. So what I ended up doing was, because of the way I have to mount this, I've got a fan guard on the top. It is connected with zip ties, which is fine. The thing is going nowhere. This has been tested already in this configuration, just in another vehicle. I'm obviously going with the red, white, and blue theme. You can see I've got a white fan with a red cover, and then blue zip ties, and then yes, I've got my blue and red zip ties right there, keeping that wire loom look. Now make sure that when you do cut these wire ties or these zip ties, make sure you cut them at a nice hard 45-degree angle like that, so they're nice and sharp. You know, us mechanics absolutely love it when you do stuff like that. Look at that thing. That is so nice to find under a dash. So instead, what you do, take snips like this and go that way. Okay? It's just, these are flush cutters. Flush. And same thing on this back side. Flush cut it. Flush cut it. And that's how I did my fan setup from Game Changer RC. So anyways, I'm just going to show you the placement of the Game Changer fan on the ESC. It will take some modification, but the form factor of this fan, the holes actually line up. So let's just say that, I mean, this ESC doesn't overheat, but let's just say you had an ESC, let's say this one was overheating, you need a little bit extra boost, you could just do a little bit of a modification, and you could actually get this Game Changer fan to actually fit right on there. Now, per Earl Moorhead, what he said was that a Game Changer fan can actually fit on one of these bad boys right here. So let's check it out. So this is Phillips. That's kind of funky, huh? Still using Phillips. That's not a Phillips. Oh, Phillip, where are you? I've got a Phillips around here somewhere. Can never find it when I need it. Where did the Phillips go? The heck. Whatever. Alright, there's supposed to be a Phillips around here somewhere. Phillips, that's not a Phillips. None of these are Phillips. This one is, though. So, let's pop this off. Let's see if this Game Changer fan actually fits on this ESC. Now, granted, if you did this, you have to 100% know you cannot run these fans off of the receiver. Alright? So, let's see. Oh, that does look like a direct replacement. Check that out. Wow. That would be mint if that fits. And I think it does. Oh, look at that. Is that fitting? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I think you'd have to get special screws, would you? Yeah, I think you'd have to get special screws, maybe. Yeah, you'd have to get different screws. So the screws that are actually on this are a coarse thread, and they're a lot shorter. So you'd obviously have to source a set of screws. but does this really fit? Look at that. Check that out. That would be absolutely insane. So that is a direct drop in a game changer fan onto this. Obviously, you just have to make sure you get the right size screws. The only other issue is, no, it's metal. I think that's metal, right? Or is that plastic? Ooh, that's plastic. So that's the only other issue that I potentially see you could come across, is because these game changer fans, these things are no joke. They do have a weight to them, and these fans are like lighter than nothing. I think that is the only potential issue that you may have. But I mean, I don't know, are we really having overheating problems with these ESCs? I doubt it. So it does fit. You just obviously you have to source your own screws, figure it out, and you just have to know that it is a coarse thread going into plastic, so you might want to like zip tie it on or something, because this fan is a hefty tank of a fan. These are metal blades. Again, don't ask me how I know, but I do. So anyways, if you like this episode from RC Guy Garage, you already know what to do. I basically just showed you wiring up a game changer fan to 4S. Recommended 2 to 3S. But this is RC Guy Garage. And come on, Guy. You know, you just gotta rip it. Did you actually think like I was kidding? It's blowing nice cool air, like literally on my face. Patent pending. Oh! Into the woods. Holy crap! Oh, body off! Oh my god! I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh yeah! That was right to my face.